Hi, this is how to play Somewhere Only We Know, the Lily Allen version. And it's part 3 of this tutorial. In this part, we've done the arpeggio pattern in part 2, and we've done the chords in part 1. So now we need to add the left hand. So, Callum, if you want to move in. So, just to run over this arpeggio pattern, which is found here. Middle, thumb, top 2 fingers, thumb. Now, hopefully, if you've taken my advice, you spent a lot of time getting this pattern really good before you started this part of the video. Now, as you can see, we've got the left hand in here underneath this arpeggio pattern. Now, for the left hand, mainly what's going to happen for now is that's the chord. So we've got a B flat chord is B flat, D, and don't worry about moving up there if you can't see it. B flat, D, and F, okay? Now, in the left hand, we're just going to play the bottom and the top note of a B flat chord using your little finger and your thumb. So it's a little finger and a thumb there. So for the B flat chord, we play little finger and thumb, the left hand, okay? I'll show you how it's played in a moment. For the second chord, no, forget the second chord actually, because the second chord's a bit complicated, but you basically play the bottom and the top note of the chord in the left hand, okay? So for the B flat, that's B flat and F. Then for the C minor, we're going to miss the D minor for now. For the C minor then, that's C and G. It's the bottom and top note of the you can't see this, can you, Callum? No, fine. Okay, so it's the bottom and the top note of a C minor chord, little C and G, okay? And then for the F, you would go down here and play F and C. We don't actually need to worry about the C, but we need to play an F at least, okay? So for the B flat chord, that's B flat and F. Now the great thing about this D minor actually is instead of playing a D and an A, which is what you'd expect for the D minor, the chord is being played like this. And for the left hand, we're going to play this A and the F, basically, the same thing. But this is actually really makes it really easy, because the first chord, it was B flat and F. Then for the D minor, we're just going to move the little finger down and play A and F. So it's really easy. That'll be the left hand for this chord. For this one, it's just A and then F, okay? So let's just incorporate this with the pattern. So the first one is a B flat chord. Basically, we're going to play on the first beat with the middle finger. You're going to play the bottom note of the chord, the left hand, with this little finger here, okay? So they go together, okay? So we're going to go. Now with these two here, you play the thumb at the same time. It's quite complicated now, putting it all together. So we're going to go little finger with the middle finger. And when you put these two down together, you put the thumb, top of the chord, in at the same time. So it's, and then the thumb now goes in with the top 2 fingers, okay? So it's middle finger with the little finger on the left hand, thumb, and then this thumb now comes in with those two, and then the thumb again. So really slowly again, that's the little fingers with the middle finger on this hand, little finger on the left hand with the middle finger on the right hand, thumb then on the bottom note, and then when these two come in together, thumb comes in with it, and then finishing off with the thumb again. So together that sounds like this. If you put the pedal down as well, you get that nice resonance going on as well. So that's basically the pattern we're going to be playing for all of the 4 chords now. So, oh, and the great thing is you only do that once. After that, you repeat this 3 more times, but you don't need to play these anymore. So it's 3, 4. Okay, it's very simple after you've done that. So it's little finger on the left hand with the first note, and then thumb with the top 2. Thumb again, okay? So let's do that again. So 3, 4. So now we're going to move down to the D minor chord, and the little finger here just moves down. It's exactly the same now, but the little finger moves down to an A. And this chord now is the D minor middle finger version, which hopefully you'll have learned to do in the previous parts. So now we're going to do exactly the same thing, but with these two notes in the left hand and this chord in the right hand. So it's okay. So it's A and then F with the top two there. So it's 3, 4. So okay. Third chord then is a C minor, and you're just going to do a C and a G with this chord. Okay. So exactly the same again. Middle finger with the middle finger on the right hand with the little finger on the left hand, and then with the top two you put the G in. Okay, so it's little finger C with the middle finger on this hand, then the G with the top two. Do that again. Do this with me, nice and slowly. Okay, let's do that again. Whoops. Okay, so together that's 2, 3, 4, and the F is really easy because you don't actually. All you need to do is this. All that the piano player does on this is just plays the F. So it's then it's basically the F chord with just that at the beginning. So it's. In fact, you don't even need to worry about any of that because there's something slightly different is going to happen there. So it's just. That's fine. That's all you need to know. Okay. So the next thing you need to do, and again, as I always say in all of these parts, in all these tutorials, get this perfect before you start trying to add any more. So let's work on this now. So from the beginning, B flat chord, and so that's 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 3, 4, and then that's all you need to do really for that. I'll show you how that works at the end. Now, if you can do all of that, I'm just trying to think what we should do. That's yeah, you need to get that absolutely perfect before you go any further. And good. Getting between the chords is going to be slightly tricky, so take your time, get the fingers ready, and then just take your time between all the changes. And make sure you get it right. As I always say, don't make mistakes, get it right. Take your time, put your little finger on there, get the chord ready. Make sure you get it right. And then just work on the changes between the chords, I would suggest. And then just work on going to there. Yeah, so just work on... that's the change between the first and second chord. So you will have just gone ba-da-da-da. Then just move your hands and go. So work on that loads and loads. And once that's good, put it all together, okay? So get that absolutely perfect, as I always say. Do you want to bring the camera out, Cal? As I always, and I just keep emphasizing, get that perfect. Don't try to move to the next step until you've done that. If you get that really perfect, in the last, I think it'll probably be the last part for the introduction next, so it'll be part 4 next, which will hopefully finish up the introduction. I'm going to put in the little finer details to get it to sound exactly the same as the original. But I wouldn't be trying to put in the finer details until you've got that absolutely perfect. So really, really work on that. Get that really good, and then those little finer details that we add in at the end will just be really easy, like icing on the cake. So if you want to now move on to part 4, you can learn how to get all those little final details into this instruction to get it sounding exactly like the original.